PunkTV.ca for all the best modern rock videos and interviews.
Okay, so you guys don't write on the road. Tell us about putting a song together. Obviously, this is a full-on studio affair for you guys. You all go in the studio, you lock the doors, and you write?
Well, it's pretty much, it's actually, if I'm doing, I mean, I sort of do about, if we've got 8 songs on an album, like I'll do about 5 of them, and then Vadim will do, say, 2, Herman will do 1, something like that. It's roughly about how it is. So, like, for myself, I'll just, like, I just go home and, like, I do everything on my own just with a computer and a drum machine. So I, like, write out, I program all the drums. I sit there and write it. And it's got easier over the years. Now I can write it with Pro Tools. I used to have to do it on, the first 2 albums I did it on 4-track demos. And then I'd have like about 10 pages of paper of like notes written down, like go like this and that bit, go like that and that. And it was like loads of work. Now it's a bit easier because you can just like start making demos on a Pro Tools system and you know, wipe stuff out and take it away, put it back in, change drums and stuff like that. But so that's what I'll do. I basically do demos on my own, and then that'll be like the drum. It's sort of the basic song, like the drums start to finish, the chord change, the chords, the vocal lines, the like lead melody lines, and I mean pretty much everything, the basics of everything.
Since you've already got it in Pro Tools, does any of it that is in Pro Tools from the beginning ever remain in the end? Like any of the, let's say you've got a loop that you've been using from the beginning, does that ever end up in the end?
Because we get, I mean, I'll do drum machine, and then basically we get my demo and then we play over the top of that. So we replace the demo drums with real drums, and then we, you know, replace the kind of crappy, like sloppy guitar with proper guitar through a proper amp, you know, like, and all that. I mean, and then we basically just keep layering on top, and it's like building a house or something, I suppose. You just keep layering on and layers and layers and layers for like forever until like the record company tells us like stop.
That's it.
Yeah, like we never want to stop. You know, we never think it's good enough. So like, they're like, okay, right, you know, got to call it a day now.
Do kids ever say that 8 songs on an album isn't enough? Because I know they're all epic and they're all, you know, 6 to 10 minutes long. Do kids ever say, you know, we want 15 songs on an album?
No, I don't think so. And I mean, to be honest, I think like when I get an album myself these days, I don't know if it's because I've got a bit older, I'm a bit more bored of stuff. But like, if I get an album and there's 15 songs on it, even if it's like 3 or 4 minute songs, I can't even bother listening to the whole thing. You know what I mean? So I
gotta be good.
I think it's better to like stop. There's nothing worse than overdoing it. You know what I mean? Giving people more than they want, because then they're not going to put it on again. They're going to go, oh god, okay. You know, I think it's better to have like keep it. I mean, with ours, obviously, it's still quite long anyway. Even though there's only 8 songs, it's still like 50 minutes or something. But and yeah, no, I think the worst thing you can do is give them too many songs.
And so, how many songs didn't make the album? In this case, how many songs did you guys do in the studio that you didn't include?
Oh, we never do. I mean, basically, we worked it out actually in the timeline schedule. This is a pretty boring thing to know, but like we actually worked out that each song, like the record company wants us to do like 1 more song than we actually did. We recorded 10 this time, I think, and we actually worked it out that each song means another month of recording. Oh, just for like 1 song, because there's that much work on each thing. You know, it's like you can't. It's not like, you know, it's hard to explain how much goes into it. I mean, some people can probably work it out from listening to it, but there's really like so much shit on there, like that you can't even probably hear half the time. But you would notice if it wasn't there, and so you know, we don't record more than we have to. We just take 10 songs and then just keep changing them until they're good. You know, it's not like when you first start with a demo, you can see, okay, that song's not that amazing, but you keep working on it. You know, we'll change the chorus, change the vocal line, or whatever it needs changing until it's as good as the rest of them, rather than just like saying that one's good, that one's not, you know, whatever.
How, once you've recorded the song, and obviously it's been constructed and it's such an epic level, how do you teach yourself, and it's done, you've recorded it, how do you teach yourself how to play it in one pass by yourself instead of in a million parts? Or do you record it all in one pass, or do you record it multiple layers?
Yeah, like what you just said, yeah. I mean, we basically have to like, that's like the next job after we finish the album. We have to like sit there and like break down all the bits, because you got no idea what you played. There's like some little guitar line underneath a verse or something that you can't even work it out from listening to the album because it's too down low in the mix. So we just like break down all the files and we have to split up between me and her, and we don't even know who's actually going to play what at that point. You know, just like, because everything's usually harmonized, whatever it is. If it's solo harmonized, that every bit of guitar usually has got a double of it somehow. And so that's like another job, like we've taken another, and then it's like yeah, you sit there and learn all your bits and put them together and try and work out like what you actually are going to play. Because a lot of the time there's like 4 or 5 guitar tracks all running at the same time. So we do have to sit down and work out, okay, what are we going to play, for live? Because it's like it's quite a lot different.
I'm sure everybody asked you about Guitar Hero, and we've already talked about it. But when you play Guitar Hero, does it strike you as interesting the way the game interpreted the play between you and Herman? I mean, they've taken 10 different guitar parts and basically put it into, one part.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They're basically taking parts of the lead and parts of the rhythm and putting it into that. And the further you get along in the game, the more you have to play. Did you find that part of it interesting?
Well, to be honest, like now that you say it, I'm just really not into that game at all. Like it's just like it's not because I'm bored of hearing about it or anything. It's just like even if I wasn't in a band, it's not really my kind of game. I love computer games, but I don't like that kind of game. You know what I mean? So like we always get asked to sort of like, can you play this for an interview just for a joke or something? But I never really actually sat there and listened to what bits they've picked out. Because we usually just die after like 30 seconds anyway. So like what you said is quite an interesting thing to see what they have picked out for the playing, but I've never actually bothered to sit down and work out what they have chosen.
Did you see the South Park episode where they were playing Guitar Hero on that show?
No, I hate South Park.
The kids are all playing South Park, and then the father says, "Hey, look, there's a real electric guitar here. I'm going to teach you how to play a song." And they're like, "Dad, electric guitars are for old people."
Oh, really? Okay. Probably right. Yeah.
It's a funny irony, actually, that kids probably get the idea that they can learn to play guitar from playing that.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Oh, well, I suppose it's a bit easier. You don't have to like waste so many time of your youth sitting in your bedroom.
At least you're understanding rhythm and how the songs are put together a little bit, eh?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
All right. So Ultra Beatdown, you guys obviously you're now on the road. I think I counted about 75 shows in front of you. You'll be supporting it for quite some time.
Yeah. I mean, we done Europe. No, we didn't do Europe. We did England, Australia, and did one festival in Japan. Then we came to North America, and then after this, we're going to be carrying on till the end of 2009 at least. So yeah, plenty of work to do.
Happy about that?
Yeah, it's good fun. I mean, that's the whole reason why we did it in the beginning. Like that's why we started a band. We just wanted to like go on tour and have a laugh, and we're still enjoying it. So yeah.
Speaking of when you started, I read interviews about when you started that you chose the name, and the photos that you guys took from the very beginning were kind of humorous. You like to poke fun at yourselves. Are you guys growing into your music, or do you find the world is growing into an acceptance of metal, and especially the specific kind of metal that you guys make?
Yeah, well, I mean...
Are you getting more serious is my question.
Nah, not really at all, I don't think. I mean, we obviously have a laugh on stage, just because that's how we are. We have a laugh when we're just in normal life, so we just get... we'll just carry it on stage. People think we're like, some people say, oh, you guys are kind of a joke band. And it's really not at all. We're just like having fun. We still we spend that long in the studio making these albums. We're definitely serious about it, but we just like to have fun when we're like, in general day-to-day life. So, I mean, and I think that people, like when we first started, most of the style of power metal that we were trying to play, which is obviously quite different to what we're playing now, has evolved into what it is now. In our first album, it was pretty traditional power metal, like the old kind of bands from like Europe and stuff, like Hammerfall and Rhapsody, all that kind of crap. But and I think at that time, like the people who actually heard of that kind of music, which was not many, definitely would have said it was like a joke and it was really stupid. But I think most of the people that listen to us now, they've never heard of that whole old power metal scene, because it's kind of died out now anyway. Mm-hmm. So they haven't really got anything to compare it to. They can't say, oh, Dragonforce is gay power metal, because they don't really know any other power metal bands. Well, that's my kind of interpretation or whatever the word is.
And they're all 13, and they certainly don't know
that. So we're just kind of like on our own in this, and if they like the music, then they. And the thing is, in the beginning, the bands that we used to listen to, they'd all wear like frilly pirate shirts and stuff, and I could see why people said that it was gay, because it kind of was, even though I liked the music myself. And but now, obviously we tried to get away from that. We just took power metal as only one of our influences, and we obviously the way we dress and stuff does not like the typical gay power metal band. So I think that's why kids now, they don't really see it as part of that scene at all. We don't even see ourselves as part of that scene. So
rock. Watch PunkTV.ca for all the best modern rock videos and interviews.